This is FNGR, and today we're going to take a moment, now that I've been given some free, extra time on my hands, as a result after being unceremoniously removed from the Rift for about a week and a half, as a result of, and I quote, innatting Byter. I'd like to thank Brony Dev, aka Dark Edge, for giving me this idea. FNGR's Real Thoughts on the Rift. I'll be doing this row by row, as there are many people in the Rift, and I'd like to give my honest opinion on each person spot by spot. Let's start and hit the ground running. Storm analysis. How do I feel of Storm analysis? I know that he basically just got let back in after being removed from, was it the 4th time or so? I don't necessarily agree with it. I think he does some pretty good videos. There's a great deal of work that goes into it even before he got the animations that he did. Not that I'm anyone to critique anyone for getting a boon for that sort of thing. He seems like he's matured, and I'm glad that he's back. That's not true. I'm not glad he's back, but I'm confused that he's back. Yeah, it's puzzling. I don't get the concept behind it. I don't know what's going on. I think it's funny that when I talk to other people in the Rift, they don't know what the hell's going on. I find it funny that the modding staff don't quite understand that situation either. It's just sort of shrugged at. It's a mystery, as are most of the rules in the Rift. Next on the list is Dylan. Dylan's a pretty good guy, kind of a whiner. Complains about a lot of things and not being the proper respect that he's given for whatever it is he does. I know he's involved in a lot of projects. He's an editor of sort. I don't know. I try and an editor. God. No, I mean, well, you know, I don't mean to be condescending, Dylan. I mean, you're very useful, sort of, kind of. You're not a bad guy. I'd have a drink with you. Yeah, that's how I feel about Dylan. He's cool, people. Yeah. AcrylicBrony. Yeah, Acrylic. I've seen her artwork. I'm probably gonna put this on the screen here. I don't think I've actually had a chance to speak to Acrylic in call. Kinda shy. I know that what is it? Aeon of Dreams is a good friend of hers. I believe QuickScript is a good friend of hers as well. I have nothing negative to say about her. I'll move on. AHurdOfBronies. Yes, I found this guy. I found this guy on YouTube, or rather, he found me. He'd sent out like some kind of massive challenge, I think, to like a bunch of Brony reviewers and analysts. It's probably a good time to bring that up, Ahurd, since, you know, we're right at Season 5. That stuff's going up in like a week or so. You might want to remind the people who were interested in trying that out. I hope you haven't just like lost interest in it. I'm glad that there's somebody with new and innovative ideas, and I'm very glad that I recommended you to the Rift and I pushed Looney to get you in. I'm not looking for any favors. I'm just glad that you're there, is what I wanted to get across. A personal favorite of mine, next on the block, is AnimeWolfgamer. I know this man has rubbed a couple of people the wrong way. I rather like Aino. I think it's his tone. I like that he has his own damn style. I wouldn't change Aino for the world. I know that he has some very definite and strong-willed fans, and he has some very definite vocal enemies, and he feels real. That's why I like him. There's certainly a character, there's a depth to AnimeWolfgamer. You know, unlike some guys whose names rhyme with Willin. He's a cool guy. I'm glad that I've ever had the chance. I'm not just sucking up to you, so I hope that you feel better. I hope you're doing fine. If you catch this, if not, very good, carry on. This is where I'm going to get in trouble now. I am going to talk about AJ the Autistic Pony, and I am in fact not going to make fun of him for any mental condition. However, I've noticed this. When I've been in calls with AJ, and whenever he gets put into a corner, he kind of resorts back to citing that second half of the name, and it sort of feels like he uses it like a get-out-of-jail-free card. I'm not keen on it. I've seen his recent videos. I like his tone. I think it's not something that you have to constantly bring up. I'm half Latino. My name is Anthony Aguilar, and if I sat there and said every time I got into an argument and I started losing, "Oh, you're giving me a hard time because I'm Spanish." Well, yeah, I used to do that when I was like younger, and it rubbed people the wrong way. I haven't seen AJ in a while. It's just something that I've noticed a couple of times. It's a critique. It's just my opinion, and even if it sucks, it's mine. Next on the list, AnimeWolfgamer, and you might be surprised about this. I'm going to say something positive about AnimeWolfgamer. There are a series of people within the analysis community that have their heads up their ass, that are in love with being smug and snarky, and AnimeWolfgamer is in fact one of the legit fans of the analysis community. That he is a fan before he is a critic and a reviewer, and I don't mean that as a slight. I think that the people who make content need to remind the fans that we are in fact people who enjoy this show versus people who are putting on this professional, not veneer, facade. I like the fact that, like, when anime would talk about season 5, there'd be a legitimate hype. There'd be someone who was really interested in the show, and that's something that the Analysis Rift actually could use. I remember a couple months ago when I was like sitting there thinking of season 5, I was like, oh, who cares? And AnimeWolfgamer started talking about Flash Sentry of all things. And by the time he was done, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to watch season 5. Now, anyone who could talk about Flash Sentry and make season 5 interesting, there's something there. I hope you agree. And the very last person in the first row is ANY. He's a cool guy. He just kicked my ass not too long ago. I don't have any real issues with him. Not really. I think he's cool. The real ANY, the one behind his videos, is infinitely more fun than the one in his videos. The one that I've gotten the chance to talk to, I think that you would all consider, not to be bold and say that I got to talk to the real ANY and you didn't. It's a real great opportunity, and he's really legitimately cool, and he deserves your views, subs, likes, and supports. He deserves your comments. I'm glad I did this. I hope I wasn't too brutal on anyone, but it's generally how I feel, and I just wanted to give a chance to share my thoughts. Thank you very much.